Okay, Federalist Papers 34, Part 3. Admitting that we ought to try the novel and absurd experiment in politics of tying up the hands of government from offensive war founded upon reasons of state, yet certainly we ought not to disable it from guarding the community against the ambition or enmity of other nations. A cloud has been for some time hanging over the European world. If it should break forth into a storm, who can ensure us that in its progress a part of its fury would not be spent upon us? No reasonable man would hastily pronounce that we are entirely out of its reach, or if the combustible materials that now seem to be collecting should be dissipated without coming to maturity, or if a flame should be kindled without extending to us. What security can we have that our tranquility will long remain undisturbed from some other cause or from some other quarter? Let us recollect that peace or war will not always be left to our option, that however moderate or unambitious we may be, we cannot count upon the moderation or hope to extinguish the ambition of others. Who could have imagined at the conclusion of the last war that France and Britain, wearied and exhausted as they both were, would so soon have looked with so hostile an aspect upon each other? To judge from the history of mankind, we shall be compelled to conclude that the fiery and destructive passions of war reign in the human breast with much more powerful sway than the mild and beneficent sentiments of peace, and that to model our political systems upon speculations of lasting tranquility would be to calculate on the weaker springs of the human character. What are the chief sources of expense in every government? What has occasioned that enormous accumulation of debts with which several of the European nations are oppressed? The answer plainly is wars and rebellions. The support of those institutions which are necessary to guard the body politic against these two most mortal diseases of society. The expenses arising from those institutions which are relative to the mere domestic police of a state, to the support of its legislative, executive, and judiciary departments with their different appendages, and to the encouragement of agriculture and manufactures, which will comprehend almost all the subjects of state expenditures, are insignificant in comparison with those which relate to the national defense. In the kingdom of Great Britain, where all the ostentatious apparatus of monarchy is to be provided for, not above a 15th part of the annual income of the nation is appropriated to the class of expenses last mentioned. The other 14/15 are absorbed in the payment of the interest of debts contracted for carrying on the wars in which that country has been engaged, and in the maintenance of fleets and armies. If, on the one hand, it should be observed that the expenses incurred in the prosecution of the ambitious enterprises and vainglorious pursuits of a monarchy are not a proper standard by which to judge of those who might be necessary in a republic, it ought, on the other hand, to be remarked that there should be as great a disproportion between the profusion and extravagance of a wealthy kingdom and its domestic administration and the frugality and the economy which in that particular become the modest simplicity of republican government. If we balance a proper deduction from one side against that which it is supposed ought to be made from the other, the proportion may still be considered as holding good. ببینم حرف اولی که میزنه میگه این ابرهای تاریک جنگ و خرابی که در آسمانهای اروپا به پا خیسته رو آسمانه، اینها گریبانگیر ما میشه. فکر نکنید که اونجا جنگ بشه با ما کاری نداریم، اینقدر فاصله داریم. میگم این رفتار انگلیس و فرانسه رو ببین، یه قرن همش با هم دیگه در جنگ میکنن، خسته میشن، خزانه هاشون به باد میره، 10 سال 20 سال 30 سال بعد 2 مرتبه به خره هم دیگه میفتن. پس میگه ما هم بایستین حواسمون باشه، نمیتونیم دست دولت مرکزی رو، دست ارتش رو ببندیم. بعد میگه بعضی وقتا هستش که اگه فکر آینده رو بکنی خیلی بهتره الان یه ذره پول خرج ارتش بکنی، خرج دفاعت بکنی، توی خزانه مملکتی رو خالی نذاری به خاطر فقط یک مقدار پول که خرجش مثلا وقتی اگه یه وقتی جنگ بشه در عرض 1 روز 2 روز میتونه تمام اون پولی رو که تو روی نیروی مقننه، مجریه، قضاییه، رو تمام دولت و اینا خرج میکنی یه دفعهی به باد بره. برای اینه میگه باید قوی واستیم که کسی برامون شاخشونه نکشه، کسی اصلا هوس نکنه یه وقتی به ما حمله بکنه، کسی این فکر به سرش نزنه. بعد توی اون ترجمه قبلی هم گفتم مثلا نگاه بکنید اینقدر که تو دربارای انگلیس خرج برای چیزای مزخرف میکنن و نمیدونم که دربار رو خوشگل نگه دارن و شاه اینجوری بهش برسن و اینا، تمام این خرجا رو که جمع میزنید 1/15 فقط برای اون میره، 14/15 فقط برای دادن بدهی این قرضایی که از این جنگ‌های مختلف، جنگ‌هایی که یا احمقانه یا به خاطر ضروریت انگلیس کرده. پس میگه کسی که منتظر نباشه اگر متحد نشیم، کسی که بیاد به شما بگه ما از حمله دیگران ایمنی داریم و نباید بترسیم، اصلا حماقت بزرگی داره میکنه، گولتون میزنه. حالا داستان مردم رو کره زمینه. ما متحد نمیشیم به خاطر اینی که یه سری دزد و آدم خیلی یا فاسد یا کسی که عاقل نیست یا کسی که طمع داره، خیلی هاشون سر کار نشستن و میگن اگر ما متحد بشیم، دنیا رو متحد بکنیم، این منصب و شغل و پولی رو که ما در میاریم از دستمون میره، نمیتونیم سر مردممون رو دیگه کلاه بذاریم. اینا رو همه رو در نظر داشته باشید. این مقاله 34 رو که میخونید